the war with Grandpa, I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't mind telling you right when I'm going in. Yeah, I'm about to go in on this film. I wasn't too particular about this movie. I ain't trying to fool y'all. Ain't gonna, it's not gonna be no tricks. Not gonna be no twists or surprises. Ain't gonna put no nice Shyamalans on you, anything like that. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. Let's rewind the clocks back to the 90s. Now, back in the 90s, if you had told somebody, look, we got Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, and Uma Thurman in the same movie, you'd be like, shit, that's gonna be a definite Academy Award contender. That's one of the new Quentin Tarantino joints out there.
Yeah.
But this ain't the 90s. This is the year, to be exact, the year 2020, the year of stupid.
Sure.
And this movie we about to talk about fits right in perfectly. The war with Grandpa, I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't mind telling you right when I'm going in. Yeah, I'm about to go in on this film. I wasn't too particular about this movie. I ain't trying to fool y'all. Ain't gonna, it's not gonna be no tricks. Not gonna be no twists or surprises. Ain't gonna put no nice Shyamalans on you, anything like that. Nah, man, this is ridiculous to me, man. You know, because this is a, you know, this kids movie right here. I have to tell you, this is one of the most mean-spirited things that I've seen. And that's me saying that right after I've seen The Boys. Yeah. This shit right here. I'm just gonna ask you this. This before you go in, this should put things in perspective for you on how and why I feel like I do about this. Let me ask y'all out there. If your grandfather was moving in with you and your parents told you, you know, Pawpaw got to move in and he's got to take your room because, you know, look, he's older. If he was, you know, that's the only option because everything else is going to be bad on his knees, going to be bad on his body. You know, he's up there. You would be willing to probably make the sacrifice.
You don't know these kids. Mm-hmm. I bet they wouldn't.
I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I think that you would say, you know what, Pawpaw, I love you enough to where, yes, take my room.
I've seen what they post online. No, they would not.
And you then. You know, y'all get, you know what, this new generation, y'all get everything y'all deserve. You deserve Corona. If that's how if you're your grandfather pushing 80, you gonna sit up here and say, nah, you motherfucker, that's my room. Really, y'all? If that's the case, then
there's no hope.
There's no. Then you, sir, you are correct.
I am right. See,
kids are assholes.
They're assholes. There's no morality. They're apathetic to everything.
They're just looking at this, going like, "Well, we ain't old like you, Grandpa Corey."
Then you know what? Y'all deserve everything you get, especially because I'm trying to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I would like to think that y'all wouldn't be like little kid Peter here, who not only throws a tantrum but declares war on his granddad. And I'm not talking about like I'm not talking about like pretend war. I'm not talking about metaphorical war. I'm talking about like, yeah, I'm gonna hurt you, bitch. You know, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to get my room back. This is what gets me with this. Because to be honest with you, granddad too, he has it coming. And you know what? In war, seriously, there are no winners, man.
No.
Especially this war on Grandpa right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for the war on Grandpa.
Can I help you, sir? You can help me find Maria.
Get your big black ass out the way. Let me do my grocery shopping in peace. You know that's what he was saying.
Hell, that's what you wanted to say. That's what anybody would want to say. They be shopping and somebody comes up like, "Can I help you?
Yeah, if you
Did
don't
I
get
ask for you?"
Goddamn Barney Bear looking ass.
Please scan your item.
I just did.
Please scan your item.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
Now I see where the youth is getting it from.
This kind of aggression shall not stand, Semper Fi. I didn't know you were a Marine. I wasn't.
Christopher Walken he's just doing an impression that everybody else does of him. Because that's what people want.
It's what they expect now from him.
So you don't need your diaper changed? Sure you don't?
Okay, that's a good one. You got it.
You got him there.
Fuck, I did not see that one.
Yeah, Cheat, you walked into that shit. I'm gonna give you that one. You should have known better.
Santa's dead!
Did you see that?
I'm sorry. There's some about Christopher Walken. He kills me in these comedies.
Did you see that?
It's crazy like that. My God.
He's almost got that Johnny Depp yelling out there. Did you see that? Before Grandpa even moves into the house, I can see why Peter's such an asshole. Because he's one of those families where the parents just let their kids act like as stupid as they want to.
Yep.
It's one of those homes where one kid, when they don't get their way, I hate you. You know, that bullshit. And then the parents are just like, well, they'll get over it. No, beat their ass. It's not one. There's.
That doesn't solve it all the time.
Help me. It'll be cathartic for me, though, as an audience member.
We need to get it. You've got to start somewhere. If they're not brats, then they're just weird. You know, I'm looking at this family like I said, the parents is oblivious. You know, dad just as dumb. Was it Rob Rickles?
Yeah, Rob Rickles.
Rob Rickles. He just as goofy and dumb. You know, let the kids run around and do what they want to do. Mom is busy half the time. I understand. And you know, and like I said, Peter and his sister are brats, and the little girl is just weird. You know, she got this fetish for Christmas all the time, and I'm just like, all right, I see where this starts.
The attic? No way!
Come on, buddy. Don't make this harder than it already is. It's the only choice.
Yo, come on, buddy.
Shh.
So the camera's like, I'm not going to keep doing this.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? All you little motherfuckers, get out here, line up. Taking this shit from y'all. This is getting stupid. When Grandpa arrives, that's the thing. There's no escalation.
Yeah.
Like
It's normal. It's just fine.
Yeah.
Him and Pete are kind of on good terms. It doesn't really make any sense. Like the movie manufactures that conflict. It comes out of nowhere. Like,
No, it doesn't so much come out of nowhere. It comes out of bad advice from his friends.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, that's
he gets
true.
talked into it.
No, he's right with that. Because like I said, there's no escalation here with Grandpa and Peter. You know, the night that he gets there, it's just the note left behind. Peter just slides a note under the I'm gonna get you, bitch. You know?
Pretty much.
Yeah. If your grandson or your son or your daughter, your little cousin, your little nephew, your little niece, anybody who comes and does some shit like that, but you know, that's a problem. But to your grandfather, that's what Grandpa the next day should have went down to the kitchen when everybody's having breakfast and should have said, somebody better get this little mother before I do. I'm not playing. You know, somebody better pull some discipline out right now. You know, he's doing, you know, because the moment he gets there, he starts doing some Home Alone shit to his grandfather. Second night, already got a remote control car going through the room. Got him complaining to his friends about him, but I can't sleep. You know, this kid's out of control, and nobody's saying anything. But at this point, does Grandpa do that? Does Grandpa say, "Hey, what's the plan, parents? What's the next step of discipline?" No, he engages. The next day, this fool is at Fry's Electronics stocking up with his good retirement money, stocking up to with this 12-year-old kid.
Hell yeah. I mean, he's not happy about being there either. So he's like, all right, you want to with me? I got nothing to do all day. I could tell your mom and end this, but let's have some fun.
I don't know what about this, because this is like the movie where you always say, these kids. They should not do these to these parents. Now, I don't know what it is that you liked about this, and I can already tell you liked it, but
like is a strong word.
But this is some bullshit, people. He goes to his friends, and you know, look, he shouldn't have to do. He should be able to take care of this shit himself. But the only reason why Martin was right, the only reason why this shit gets escalated into full war, because he goes to his stupid ass friends, played by Christopher Walken and Cheech Marin, and and what advice do they give?
Morning. Beautiful morning. How you doing?
Nobody trying to get with your ass.
Yeah, but I know too many dudes still like that.
Really?
Yeah. It's like,
Look at me.
stop it.
Stop it.
Hey.
Nice.
It's embarrassing.
Next time, bring up the pension. I didn't know you were a Marine. I wasn't. Just saying.
See them shoulders, boy?
The way he enunciates, it just kills me.
Sympathize. Ooh. But did you notice all that crazy talk and everything? Not one whoop his ass was said. Not even something that makes sense. Like go talk to his mom. Go talk to dad. Bring the attention to the family. Get this shit taken care of now. No, they like, no,
Yes,
man.
the grandson and the granddad both have terrible friends.
Yeah, they do. But the son, at least, they're 12. Grandpa got these two morons over here. Got one dude still trying to be a pimp at 98 and one man doing an impression of himself. So of course that advice is gonna be stupid. So Grandpa, as far as I'm concerned, deserves whatever the hell he gets because he should have known better. He should have tried to be a rational adult. I know that this is a movie. I get it, and I know this is movie world, as we always say. But it's just frustrating to see not one good decision made by these adults.
Sure.
Not one. And then everybody else gets pulled in. Next thing you know, he's talking to his friends, and I know his friends are dumb, but goddamn, you picking up the girl or the woman from Fry's behind the counter, and she's getting into this silly shit too, to where it escalates to where they're now playing dodgeball with each other, so that they can go in and negotiate with these kids. F you. You don't negotiate with kids. You don't go play dodgeball with them.
I think that the problem is with this is that everything you're saying I agree with, but it's like they live in this over-exaggerated world. And that's fine to have an over-exaggerated world, but you have to sell it through good jokes and good dialogue and a good rapport. Like, you have to have talent involved. And there's, despite the cast they have, like Walken and De Niro and whoever else, Uma Thurman, like, none of that's on display. There's no wit to this movie. It's just the most the basic shit you can possibly imagine. It just feels like a waste of time throughout it.
That is true. That's the thing. I could take the exaggeration if the jokes were better.
Exactly.
If it was written better. There's a scene here where I keep wanting to say Martin De Niro. Marty D. where Robert De Niro, there's a point where he's trying to get his phone out of a dead man's crotch.
Yeah.
There's a
It made no sense how he got there.
And there ain't no sense how he got there. Poor Uma Thurman, man. She's
bullied.
She's finally in a movie where she's playing the thankless mom role now. Her and Rob Riggle plays stuff like this all the time, but it's, Uma Thurman here is she doesn't have too much to do. But when you don't have the jokes to go with it, when it's not written well, like I said, it's just mean spirited, and then these people just look pathetic. It's just sad looking at this. I mean, I'm not talking about sad for the actor. I'm talking about for the characters. It's like, damn, you didn't sell me where any of this seems justified. And the 90s did it better. I'm gonna tell you right here, the reason why I say it's mean spirited because he's trying to kill this man. The jokes don't even make sense.
That is the thing. It's like, this could be sweet, but the things he's doing to his grandfather are deadly.
Yep.
Or if not deadly, could easily end up with him with broken bones in the hospital.
Yep.
And yeah, it's all funny on the screen until somebody has to pay that hospital bill.
Yep.
And shit ain't funny at all.
I mean, there are so many moments here where I looked at this and I said, look, I'm not insulted by the movie. I'm just looking at it like, you didn't make this shit make sense to me at all. We've seen movies where kids mess with adults and they do it in a way that could hurt them, but I don't know. We already buying into it, so that's fine. Here, immediately, I'm like, this kid's a little sociopath, and he's about to kill this old man. There's a moment he could suffocate this dude. Oh, yeah. When he takes his shaving cream and fills it up with plaster or whatever, he could have suffocated this man.
I don't think this movie is funny, but I laughed out loud at that. Because I didn't see it coming. I was like, what the hell? I see what it was. I was like, that's a pretty good gag to do to somebody.
He got it. He did get his ass good. And
I think even Grandpa was like, mother got me.
You can hear him. I'm gonna kill this kid. I've seen movies from the night. It was almost a genre. The kids with adults genre.
Oh yeah.
And in a way they made it make sense. For example, Dennis the Menace came out in the 90s. And Dennis was about to kill this man.
Poor Mr. Wilson.
Well, yeah, this
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, played by Walter Matthau here. You know, Dennis the Menace is a comic strip they made into a movie. It was an old show back in the day. I used to watch it all the time. Hello, Mr. Wilson. God damn it, Dennis.
Hello, Dennis.
Somebody get this kid. But the thing with Dennis is that Dennis, he loved Mr. Wilson.
He did.
Yeah.
And yeah, he almost murdered his ass a few times. But every week. But it was done from a place of love.
You think that's better?
But he's earnest about it. He's
Oh my
trying to help.
God. Both of y'all, shut up.
He's trying to help.
Enough already.
He didn't
There's
know.
context, man.
He's
There's
younger
context.
than Peter, and he's trying to do his best.
About to force feed him a handful of aspirin, which would actually kill him.
Yeah,
probably.
he was trying to do the right thing. Peter's doing it out of place of hatred. You know, I just say, you know, and there's just something about this movie where it's written a little bit better. You know, they set up is better. And some of the gags were actually funny. Like, yeah. Got his Bugs Bunny on.
Plus, he up Christopher Lloyd in this movie, too.
Oh,
He tortures him. Yeah, he's like the villain in the film. He like tortures him and force
that
feeds
homeless
him.
dude he was
Yeah.
Stinky Sam or
That's
something.
right,
Yeah, that's
Nearly
right.
kills him.
Yeah.
Just arrest me,
You're
please.
not making your case.
But no, because it's a person who deserves the harm. Another great example, you might have this if you're talking about the genre, Home Alone.
Oh, I don't, but I can pull it up.
I
You know,
mean-
those crooks, they were trying to hurt him.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. And so you want all the horrific things to happen to them, and you're totally on Macaulay Culkin's side. It's like, yeah, I want to see, Joe Pesci's hair on fire.
They had it
almost
coming.
dying. Yeah, they always had it coming, stepping on nails and shit.
Macaulay Culkin is basically Saw in that movie.
I know he's great at it too.
Yeah,
he's a charming Saw. He's a precocious
that
Saw.
movie is the origin of the collector.
Yeah.
That'd be a great prequel.
No, he is. No, he pretty much is Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Jigsaw Jr. But as my man over here said, they started it. You talking about war? They started, and they were gonna harm him. They said, "We get your little ass. We're gonna kill you and take all your shit." And he's like, "Well, all right. You just threatened me. You got it coming."
Good luck.
Dead. Yeah. And you know what? The police will get there and they say, "Good job, young man."
Well, they would, because that's less work for them to do.
Yep. But they were trying to break into his home.
They were. The web bandits. They're stealing all the people's stuff. No, they got what they deserve.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Show me the law that says the punishment for theft is death.
When they're trying to get into
Stand
your
your
home.
ground laws, man.
Oh, now y'all all forced to
Yeah, officer, they said they would come to my home and cause me bodily harm, and I'm a kid, and I'm the only one here. I protected myself. Good job, young man. Why we even court with this shit? Let this young man go home. Hell yeah. I think Rob De Niro is actually good with kids. There's scenes that he has with the little girl, and those moments are very sweet. And then there's moments he had with Peter, where like they went fishing, and that was a cool scene. De Niro's actually very good with kids. I saw him hanging out with Elmo on Sesame Street, and I was like, seriously.
Everybody's shocked. He's like, what, he's not a mafia don the whole time in real life?
He did to Elmo was like, "And what have you been as an actor, Mr. De Niro?" He's like, "Well, Elmo, I've been a taxi driver." That's great. Yeah, so he went on some other crazy shit that he had done. But yeah, man, I've been a businessman,
A boxer.
a boxer. Yeah, he did say I was a boxer. Yeah, man. It's just funny watching this, man, and it's a movie where it's an anti-war movie when you get down to it. They're trying to teach kids about war, and by the end of the film, they're saying, Peter learns that war is bad. He's like, I've learned a good lesson from you, Grandpa. If we keep going like this, we're going to kill each other.
And everybody around us.
And everybody around us. But then there's even a shot at the very end where Peter didn't learn a thing.
I know.
Everything was undone.
Peter, in fact, they showed you Peter's probably gonna be Michael Myers when he grows up. He's looking out the window at somebody like, "Oh, fresh victim." I'm like, okay, nothing was learned from this.
Yeah.
Nothing was learned. I just, this movie just did not feel like it earned all of the fighting between this adult and this kid. It did feel like there was a simpler way to handle this, and kids watching this, kids who even watching this were getting the wrong message from it. I just wasn't into it. But Mark, go ahead.
Well, it's not like what you guys are saying is false. I just found that one, having Grandpa in the title, I thought about Dirty Grandpa, and I was not looking forward to this. Like when this was on the docket for us, I was like, watching this, I was like, you know what? I expected worse, and what's making me laugh over here is Juicy how much you hate it, and yet the whole time watching, I was like, this is one of those Disney Channel movies that you love so much.
Yeah.
It is that to a T. It just has more recognizable actors. It's a forgettable movie. I won't I leave the studio, I won't remember it. It's not something I would recommend. But the time I was watching it, I was like, yeah, there's just little things here and there I like about it. I do hate that they do what Hubie Halloween does, was show you a big blooper reel at the end. It's a movie I think that not so much kids, but like grandparents or much older adults might like.
Really? You think adults will like this?
Older adults, like the grandparents who have to move in.
They'd be like, "Oh, that's so cute," as they tried to
It
kill
might
each
be
other.
one of those. Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe young kids. I mean,
Yeah.
Chris, when you were watching Disney movies, Disney Channel originals, how old were you?
I was very young, so like
So-
10 below.
Yeah,
at least.
so
But
somebody.
I was stupid, so you know.
Yeah, kids are not very discriminating, you know.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I get what you're saying. I think just for me, like, I wouldn't have thought this, but yeah, Hubie's Halloween is definitely better than this. Like, if you have to pick between either of these two, I would give it Hubie's Halloween. Based on the reason is that at least that film had a point to it. It's just I just felt bored by it because it's just cruel prank. That's the other thing about this movie. It's just cruel.
Yeah.
And it's that streak.
No, I will give you that. Some of the pranks are fun, but a good 50 to 60% of them, especially from the grandson, the stuff he pulls, is cruel.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I guess I got to go with this because it's a movie.
Yeah.
But if I connect this with real life at all, nah, man, this you gone too far.
Yeah, and it's because of that cruelty. I never felt any affection for the characters, both Peter or Robert De Niro or anyone else. It's like, oh, you're just all miserable. You deserve what you get in the end. So yeah, it's a super forgettable film. I give it like a some old bullshit. But it's not like a passionate some old
What
bullshit.
did you rate it? What you get?
I didn't. But it would be a low rental for me.
No, man, I gotta get on that some old bullshit. It's just this. Nothing is done well in here. You know, like I said, we already said it. If this was a better written movie, but this is some lazy shit straight out the '90s. I mean, if you're not gonna try, if you're gonna, because it's one of those movies where it's a fall down movie. Every joke is based on every laugh. There's not a written gag in here that's funny at all. There's hardly ever a punchline for anything. Everything is let's knock something over, let's tear half of the house up, let's
down a
fall
ladder.
over something, let's fall down some stairs. And that's why I think it's I can't be kind to something that is cruel and also as lazy as